Hi, everyone. Welcome. In case you don't know me, I'm Dylan. I usually upload gameplay videos, IT tutorials, and Linkin Park covers on my different channels. But today I'm going to be doing something a bit different. It's going to be sort of a hybrid between a review of Halo, the series, Season 2, and my thoughts on how it compares for now to Season 1. And then I'm also going to be ranting about Halo, Paramount, and YouTube and how they are handling copyright and fair use and how they are literally not letting anyone post things about Halo without being extremely picky on how to show it and what to show on screen, which is it's just a pain in the ass. So first, let's get to this first part over with, which is the review, or rather, my thoughts on Season 2 and 1. Let me first get off my chest. I really think that Season 2 has improved over Season 1 quite a bit. Like, you can definitely notice the showrunner difference. But it still has some problems. It still has some problems. For example, there's this scene in episode 2. It just has like stupid moments. For example, there's this scene in episode 2 in which you have like this small squad of Marines, or two squads of Marines. They're like protecting the entrance to Sword Base on Reach. And for some unknown reason, the main, or what I presume is the main entrance, maybe it's a secondary entrance, but still, this entrance to the base has absolutely no lighting in this extremely long tunnel. It has absolutely zero lighting. And the Marines, for some brilliant reason, decide, you know what, guys? Let's go ahead and send one half of our squad, or one of our squads, into the darkness without flashlights on their assault rifles to die. And they go into the darkness and die. Because, obviously, there are cloaked elites there. Like, it's extremely, extremely predictable. Sorry about that. Hang on. Let me align this properly. There you go. So they sent one squad. They die, and then they go ahead and send the second. The leader goes ahead and tells the second remaining squad to go into the darkness again without flashlights and freaking die. I'm not entirely sure about the without flashlights part, but with or without flashlights, you don't go into a dark tunnel. When you just sent a squad of like 5 Marines with assault rifles or battle rifles, and they didn't come back. Like, it's just the dumbest thing ever. You wait for the enemy to show up in the light, especially when you're talking about, Covenant, which have cloaking devices and stuff like that. So that was like the first most dumb point I could find. And then you've got other stuff which is just I don't understand. Like, why would Perez, the Marine that Master Chief saves, not talk about what really happened in Sanctuary? Sorry about that. Food's coming back up. Why would the Marine choose not to just tell the truth or say what happened? It makes absolutely no sense, because if she's like, what is she scared of? They have missed potential there. They could have shown, I don't know, Ackerson threatening the Marine's family, or Oni threatening the Marine's family, and her being like, okay, I'm scared of of whatever they threatened me with, and I want to protect my family, and yada yada yada. That would make sense. Like, okay, I can get behind the Marine not saying what actually happened because she's threatened, her family's threatened, and she's wanting to protect them. All right, I get that. And then the chief would probably go ahead and go and talk to her, and she'd like tell him the truth, and and then the chief would be like, "Okay, I understand you. It's okay. Don't worry about it." And that would actually also make you like the chief more, because he would be like understanding and compassionate with the Marine he saved. That's just a missed opportunity and a dumb plot hole point. And then you've got other just blatantly stupid shit, like, why is McKee still alive? So let's get the fact out of the way that McKee should not even exist. In season 1, she shouldn't even exist. I like the actress; she's a good actress. I've seen her in another series. I don't remember the name. Or a movie, was it? I've seen her somewhere else. And I know she's a good actress. Generally speaking, most of the actors and actresses in the show are very good. I didn't have a point where I was like, oh, I don't like the acting here or something like that. But her character just shouldn't exist. She should just not exist. And the fact that she banged with Master Chief, and it's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. She shouldn't be back unless it's probably because they have some kind of contract for N years or whatever. And then when it comes to Kwan Ha, Soren, and her wife, that whole story, I'm not disliking it. If you take season 2 as an isolated package, and ignore season 1, I think it's a decent story for now. I mean, it hasn't got much into it, really. But I think it can go to cool places. For example, Soren, meeting up with Halsey, and just Quan saving Soren's wife and all that stuff. I mean, I think it can be cool. A cool addition to give different points of view on how the Covenant human war it just goes, because they could, for example, I don't know, have Quan and Soren's wife. I keep saying Soren's wife, but I don't remember her name. And Kessler, which is Soren's son. It could have them, for example, go to Reach, and they could, like, when the Covenant attack Reach, they could show you the blood and the death and the gore of war from their point of view, from a civilian's point of view, and then show you things from the Chief's point of view or the Marines' point of view. I can get behind that, and I understand why they would want to build those stories. Because it's a series, it's not the game. You're not 100% of the time as a chief. So in terms of that, I can get behind those stories. I think they're reasonable, decent, acceptable. For now, slightly generic science fiction, in terms for those stories, but definitely way better than season 1. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else really with season 2 that I can complain about for the moment or criticize. I think that the instances in this season where the chief, or John, however you want to call him, hasn't had his suit / armor / helmet on, have been reasonable moments to not have it on. So I'm not too complainy about that. I think that's okay. They can remove the Chief's helmet if the situation makes sense for it. And yeah, I don't know. I guess we shall see how season 2 goes. The next episode is going to be The Fall of Reach. It's going to be episode 4 on the 22nd. So we'll see what happens. And moving on to the second part of the video, which is the main reason I did this video, which is my rant about Paramount. I'm going to go ahead and move this here and move myself here, make myself small. Oh, oops, sorry about that. Make myself smaller there. Yay, you can't see me. My rant is mostly directed at Paramount because fuck you, Paramount. If you have tried to make an edit of any Halo scenes, or you have tried to upload a review of Halo, then you will know that Paramount is just blocking absolutely every single piece of footage you can share on YouTube. And it's annoying as shit. Because, first of all, why would you not, like, if you want to foster a community that shares things, that shares feedback, and stuff like how would they like things to be on the series, or the first thing you do is let them share edits and stuff like that. You don't block everything. It's just dumb. And the second thing is it should be or is protected by fair use. Like when you transform the content, you should at least be allowed to share it with others. I'm not even talking about monetizing it. I don't give a shit about monetizing it. But here, for example, I did a 6-minute edit on the Battle of Eridanus from episode 5. And I went ahead and I don't know how much I can show you because of this copyright shit, but I went ahead and added, Halo sound effects, redid the whole, like sound design part, and edited a bunch of scenes so that they would match the different soundtrack jumps and cuts and transitions. And it's just amazing how the original trilogy Halo music elevates the Halo series so much beyond what it originally is. Like, for example, let me show you this short scene. Let's maybe 5 seconds I can show you. I don't know. Like, just that small segment gives you an idea of how good it could be. I went ahead and added so many different clips of sound effects, Foley, weapon, burst sounds, and music. Like, you got, different... I went ahead and added different reverb and EQ settings to make, for example, voice lines sound like they are in the correct environment. Mostly Master Chief's. I added Master Chief's voice. So, for example, let me show you a scene here.
You need to move. Get clear.
Doing the whole directionality of the audio so that when the character is speaking that way and that way, you hear them more to the right, to the left. Stuff like that just to make it feel like it belongs there.
Cover fire.
For example, add Halo Magnum sounds. The Halo music is so good.
Switch to secondary.
I know.
Stuff that just brings you back to the good Halo days.
On our way.
And for example, on this whole part where Kai gets shot and drops down and she has to be saved by the chief, I went ahead and added like a whole section. I added like a low pass filter to give it that Halo Reach trailer vibe when Kat goes down and Tom goes and grabs the bomb and takes it to the CCS battle cruiser or CCS class cruiser or whatever it was, and sacrifices himself to complete the mission. You know, I wanted to give it that awesome, epic, like sad moment vibe. So I went ahead and did that. You know, the low pass music on top, and it just matches the scene so well. It makes me want to cry that I can't share it with you guys. You know, stuff like that. Or for example, here you have this whole transition where it goes from the low pass back to original sound. You know, you have, for example, here the original plasma rifle sounds. You know, and if you go, for example, here, if I mute the original sound, you know, stuff that just sells it. It sells it so much as the chief being there. And oh god, it's you know, battle rifle sounds. Here I added, for example, in this part. Oh, let me bring back the original sound too. Or for example, and I think it was in this part. Yeah, in this part.
I don't suppose you have a plan for that.
I'm not sure it'll help.
You know, stuff like that just sells the banter between Chief, Cortana, makes it more like the original game where it's more friendly, not, you know, all the time, oh, Cortana, get out of my head, I hate you. Battle rifle sounds, you know. And, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that just, I would love to share. And that feels like Halo, and this is how it should be, and I can't share it. Ah!